in Abuja, the All Progressives Congress National Executive Committee meeting held, and after the meeting they adopted the direct primary election to elect the presidential candidate come 2019. The party also adopted an indirect primary for other elective positions like the governorship position. Take a listen to their position.
The constitution of the party provides for either direct or indirect or consensus. So, but for the presidential election, we all agree that we will adopt a direct primaries for the presidential election. But also a resolution recommendation was made by the National Working Committee, which was accepted, that all other states should adopt the indirect mode of election.
What does this mean for the APC, especially its internal democracy? This has generated a lot of controversies. In fact, we heard some report that some senators or National Assembly lawmakers are threatening that if the party fails to use the direct primary for their own elections, they were willing to leave the party. Can this happen? Were they able to resolve those issues at their NEC meeting? Well, Saraki throwing his hat in the ring. What does this mean for 2019 general elections? Little time for us tonight. But my guest tonight on the program will break it all down for you to understand. So I have very distinguished panel on the program tonight. I have Mr. Curtis Adigba. He's a professional political advisor, a lawyer, and a political analyst. He joins me in our Lagos studio here. In our Abuja studio is also a lawyer, Daniel Buala, and also a political analyst, Mr. Jide Ojo. Thank you so much, gentlemen. It's going to be an interesting one with the caliber of people we have on the program tonight. Let me begin with you, Mr. Adigba. Saraki coming into the race. What does it mean for the race?
Well, I mean, for a long time coming, Saraki has been at the cutting edge of opposition politics within his own party. And since he moved to the opposition party, he's kept his place. He's become the rallying point for everyone. What I see, I mean, in all this is that I would be surprised if Saraki didn't join the race. And the reason being that when he started consultation from Mina to Abeokuta to the mecca of PDP politics now in Port Harcourt, I mean, I knew this wasn't about Saraki keeping his position as Senate President. It was something much, much more. And that is what we are saying. Now, how does that impact the race? I think it's broken everything wide. The reason being that there were so many people that were banking on his support, okay? And he had assured them from what we heard from people that he was going to back them, and now he's in the race. So what happens to the race? It's for all of us to see.
Mr. Buala, for someone coming from the north central region of the country, is it the same as the north in the political climate of Nigeria? Talking about the numbers, what does Saraki's emergence today as an aspirant for the #1 job in Nigeria, what does it mean?
Well, I see the emergence of as one who has indicated interest to join the race for presidential. So there's going to be a fanfare leading to the election, which will, of course, entail a lot of drama. But as for whether Saraki will have a chance as someone emerging from the Northwest to be seen, because to me, it's personal opinion, you can differ. Saraki is a fair weather. He does not have the weight to challenge the likely candidate of APC. And in fact, that is the trouble that PDP have been having. And I expressed opinion in the past. They have somebody that can come close to challenging the president. Unfortunately, it is not that person that is that appears in the noise. So in a Saraki is good, he's exercising his constitutional right, but I don't think he will go anywhere. I don't think he will even go beyond Kwara State.
That's going to be interesting. Mr. Jide Ojo, do you hold this belief, considering some of the names in the race, especially in the PDP, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former Governor of Kaduna State and leader of the party, Ahmed Makarfi, former Governor of Kano State, Robi Ukwankwanso, Lamido, a former Governor also, to mention a few, Saraki, do you think he can even win the ticket of the PDP?
For me, in politics, you must take your chances, or your chance, as it were. He who's afraid of throwing a dice will never throw 6. we have seen instances in the past where supposedly dark cause end up victorious at the polls. You are very familiar with what happened in Lagos State in the NRC in 1992. You know, it seems like a sure bet for the SDP candidate then. But you know, former governor, father of Otedola, you know, ended up being elected the governor when every other position went to SDP. Even though that is more like a general election, even in party primaries, a dark horse may eventually emerge victorious. He is exercising his constitutional right. What may not work in his support or in his favor is the fact that he's from North Central and is of the Yoruba ethnic group of the North Central. So being a Yoruba, people, the delegates may be weighing in on the fact that, oh, do we have a Yoruba man so soon after Obasanjo's 8 years presidency, even though he's from the North Central, but we know that majority of Kwara State is Yoruba, even though there are other ethnic groups. And what seems to be unfolding, or which may eventually be the case, is two strong northern candidates. And when I say northern, we are looking more like somebody from either northeast or northwest, not necessarily somebody from North Central, being pitched against the supposed likely candidate of APC, which is President Muhammadu Buhari.
As it stands right now, if Saraki gets the ticket of the PDP, should he get it, do you think he's a match for a candidate like a Buhari going into the race?
Why wouldn't he be a match? I mean, there's been prompting from the left, right, east, and every corner of this country. If you go to the social media, you have a momentous support for the Senate president to throw his hat in the ring. So look, I don't want to dismiss him like Daniel did by saying he doesn't think he can put up a strong fight. I think he can. But this is the point. The point for me is that the PDP field is so crowded with heavyweights, with guys that have got huge egos that you need to massage carefully. And if care is not taken, what you will have at the end of the day, instead of the conventional wisdom that say the more the merrier, you're going to have the more the messier.
So it's going to be very...
it's going to be tough.